Oh, well, hello there, all of you beautiful people. I am excited to be here on the desk, sort of as your host, the one going to be bringing you through things. My name is James, but online here in CSC, I go by Fuffy. I am a media man, but also an admin of this league, and I am excited to be walking you through tonight's very special game, as we have two very, very dominant teams in the regular season, two favorites on both sides, making it all the way to the grand finals. That's right, it is the Challenger Grand Finals Barbarians versus Pretty Penne. And, well, if I was going to grab two people to be able to break things down, there's nothing better than the two general managers of each team who also just happen to be well versed in being desk hosts themselves, being analysts, being awesome on-camera people. We've got Germs and T-Noodle to go ahead and join in now. Boys, I know you each may have a little bit of bias, but I also know that you've studied up on these teams, and so I want to just ask flat out, what is one strength that you would say that your team can bring into this one? Let's start with T-Noodle.
Well, I think my team, Pretty Penny, I think they're just very well rounded out. They've been very conservative, I guess, throughout the whole season of who's going to be popping off what game. They've all been able to bring it on multiple times throughout the season. Just a well put together roster. The GM did a great job there. But yeah, no, everyone there is just ready to play. They have a very in depth map pool. They play a lot and they just communicate well.
Well, those are some of the makings of a solid team. But speaking of a solid team on the other side, it's the Barbarians. Germs, what would you say are their strengths?
Listen, man, I got two words for you, and those two words are Rabbit and Brontos, man. Two of the highest rated players currently in the Challenger overall division. And let me just say that they are a force to be reckoned with. And I wish UPS the best of luck in the server tonight because they are going to need all the help they can get against these two just absolutely fantastic players. They also have the rest of the team that is just built around them. Obviously, everyone else, Manifest, Pollock, and Nolan, bringing the heat. And with the showing that happened against the scientists, UPS better pack up because they're about to leave this server 2-0.
I like the confidence
Oh,
in that. I want to actually jump in and dive a little bit deeper into those players, sort of do a little bit of a head to head. Go ahead, Firehawk, our lovely producer on this one. Shout out, got to drop that name, but also got to ask you, put me on that solo cam. I have a little bit of a rant that I want to go through. All right. So, when it comes to these individual players, when it comes to these individual teams, there's really two names to look out for on each of these teams. They're going to be the stars that you're going to look at. Rabbit and Brontos, of course, are two very powerful fraggers, two riflers actually, that like to go for openings, but Rabbit is also very familiar with winning out those clutches. He's got some crazy ones. I actually had the misfortune of playing against him in a couple of clutches, and he just wrecked my team in the regular season. So look out for that. But on the other side, we of course have Deluxe and Extrovert, two also very powerful riflers that, in my opinion, they can match that same firepower. They've got some of that crazy aim, and so we'll see how they go head to head. But, like every fan does, we like to go down the roster and jump to these next ones. So we've got Pulik and Malolo. Both of the oppers on these teams, Polak especially is a lot more of a passive player, and Malolo is actually the IGL as well. So they might be calling the shots, sort of sitting back and moving around their chess pieces. And I think both of them are you're gonna have to look out for them to have some impact on the AWP. Then of course we have Manifest and Bunnyman, two solid rifles. Bunnyman actually really showing up in the playoffs recently. My squad, we did our best, but we got eliminated, and Bunnyman really was showing up. He top fragged on one of those maps against us, I do believe. So he's a scary one. And then finally, Hakub for the Pretty Penne is a very strong rifler and a really good supportive element as well. One that I think brings some of that experience that's often needed on a team. And then on the other side, the final player for the Barbarians is. Look, here, hold on one sec. Sorry. Uh, yeah? Oh, the pipes? Oh, just fix it. Yeah, make sure. Uh-huh. Yeah, all right, thanks. Sorry, that was just the plumber. Anyways, where was I? Yeah, the head to head. I think both of these teams have a lot of firepower that they're going to be bringing into this one, and I'm excited to see how it turns out. Of course, what they're going to be playing on, that sort of team play element, but more importantly, the maps is actually where I wanted to throw it over to T Noodle. So thank you for indulging in my little rant, Firehawk. If you're able to throw us back onto that three cam setup, we can jump in and you two can rejoin me. And T-Noodle, I believe you had something prepped for these maps.
Yeah, so I mean the three maps we're going to be playing tonight, it's going to be Overpass, which was the first pick over by the Barbarians throughout the season, regular season. They only played it once. They did win that game, and Pretty Penny played it in the regular season 3 times, going 1-2. So they've been a little bit shaky on that throughout the season, actually getting kind of dismantled a little bit by the scientists who the Barbarians did take out just earlier this week. After that, we're going to be switching over to Vertigo, which is the map pick of Pretty Penne, who they played a lot throughout the season. They played it 3 times with a 2-1 record, and the Barbarians actually have not touched this map in the regular season or in the playoffs. So it'll be interesting to see what they've done with the scrims, if they've practiced with a couple of their other teams, what they're able to bring, because they're a completely unknown element. And then for Mirage, Barbarians played this map 6 times between the playoffs and the regular season. It's a map where you can really have your firepower talent go, and then Pretty Penny also have played it 3 times throughout both regular season playoffs. So it's just a map that
Yeah,
everyone knows how to play.
it's a
So if it does
staple.
go, if it goes to the third map, it's going to be very comfort for both these. But both of them really picking into the uncomfortable zone for the each other's team. So
Yeah, that's really one of the interesting pieces of that best of three aspect of it is that you have to be prepped on a lot of these maps. Germs, I know you played a couple seasons of CSC yourself. Do you find it different if you ever come into playoffs or think about playoffs with a team when you're prepping maps? Is it a lot more practice that you think has to go into this?
Right. I mean, I know a bit of the behind the scenes on my team, and let me just say they have been absolutely dedicated to getting their map pool diversified for this off season. Obviously, it has been an absolute domination in the regular season after going, I believe that was 9-3, and
Hmm.
getting second overall in the Challenger division, and now. Obviously, they have been bringing the heat, and we see these two teams coming to head, and we're bringing our all. I mean, I saw them
Hmm.
late last night practicing. They're actually, making sure that all stats were pended, all everything, no more leaks. So unfortunately, I don't think Tennille is able to steal any data from us because our vaults are now secured.
Prepping your guys' secret weapons to bring out in playoffs going to be very important as well. I mean, this is the most important of it all. It's the grand finals. Sort of question I want to throw to either of you. I know personally for me, I've been playing more and more and it's affected me less and less. But for some of these players, it's their first time in a playoffs like this in a match that has this much stakes on it. The grand finals, challenger, you would maybe consider it lower on the divisions as far as, it's sort of these mid-range players, these solid players, but that means that they really get to come out and prove themselves and make it to the big leagues. But do you think any of them will choke under this pressure? Will it be tough because it's the grand finals specifically?
I don't really think either players on these teams are really going to be choking. I mean, they've played a lot, whether that be pugs or in season. They've been playing under these streams. They've been here. A lot of these player teams have people that have been in CSC for a while, at least one member on each team, and I think both teams are ready for this moment. Uh, and both teams have been coming under a lot of scrutiny throughout the season, obviously, with a lot of the things going on. And then we have the number 1 and 2 picks in Chally this season, so going against each other.
An exciting matchup, an exciting clash of titans here for this one. Are there any underrated aspects of these teams that you would say might come into play? Anything that you want people to watch out for besides just those star players that you think could turn a difference on these teams?
I was
You
gonna let
know, I
Germs take this one.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, well, hey, I am more than willing to talk about that because, I think, and I think Tanoodle and you too, Puffy, brought it up well. This is a team. I mean, there are star players on both sides of the roster, but overall, the who throws the support flash for simple. There's always people in the background for these teams, and I think it's really important to give a shout out to everyone that does other parts of besides just shooting the enemy. I think
Hmm.
overall, I had watched actually the demos from the previous UPS game, and some of the some of the util that they were throwing. I mean, even an elite, our team wasn't even getting to that level. So definitely hats off to them. But let me just say, I fully expect this to go to map 3, and you know how we feel about Mirage and a long game. So you better strap
Oh,
yourself into Noodle.
are-
Definitely rivalry night. I'm pretty sure Brontos and Malolo are going to be playing ESEA next season together. So there's a lot
Yes,
of
they are.
there's a lot of
an
like
exciting one.
friendly fun,
Bragging rights.
yeah, bragging rights, and it's like you said, it's two teams that really want that team play, and both these teams,
Hmm.
every player on that team has been craving that. They don't want the individuals. Yeah, you see the individuals on Rabbit and Brontos really popping off rating wise, but it takes those other three players to elevate them.
Yeah.
And
I'm not
that's
sure how
they're showing
close
it.
we are to game time, but I wanna fit in a point here about one interesting fact about the Barbarians actually is that they made a change in the middle of the season. I believe it was Frosty Weston who was out, and Manifest was the player that came in, if I'm remembering correctly. And it's
Yes, it was.
interesting to make a change partway through. Obviously, it can hamper some of that team play, but it could also bring in a much needed type of player. And Manifest has seemed to be fitting in well. They continued their winning ways. Germs, I don't know if you could speak a little bit to this, but what was sort of the thought process behind that change and how well has it worked out?
I mean, let me just say because I was sitting into the comms when they were in their best of 3 by the end, and let me just say the vibe that Manifest brought in as a player was just absolutely uplifting, and I think overall he brings a lot of not only physical game support but also a lot of moral support in that regard, and he's just able to keep the overall just spirits up for the team even when they're down, and I really think Manifest has been a fantastic pickup. And obviously we flourished as a team. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it, and that's kind of what we've been doing.
Yeah, you made a little fix, a slight change, and it's just helped him improve, helped him get up to this level where now they are here in the finals. This first map was, if I'm remembering correctly, Overpass, the pick of the Barbarians. Is that right?
Yes.
And coming into the Barbarians pick, how much do you think that will favor them? Or do you think all of these maps are closer to even?
Yeah, I mean it's definitely going to be interesting in my opinion. We obviously have a fairly diverse map pool here. You can argue Overpass and Mirage are definitely more puggy, so they've played Counter Strike. They kind of know what they're doing on those maps. But Vertigo is definitely a very technical map to be had. So I'm really curious. I mean, I love Vertigo myself, just from the amount of util that you can throw, the amount of depth that another layer to the map adds. So I'm really excited to see what goes on Vertigo, because obviously the Barbarians have been practicing for it, but we've never seen any official CSC games on it. So I think Overpass obviously is going to be one of the bigger advantages for the Gladiators coming into this, but I'm really excited for Vertigo personally.
Getting a little hype for that one. All right, T Noodle, do you have any thoughts more specifically on how you think this first map will play out? I know Germs gave a prediction for the whole series that we might actually see all three maps coming in, but what do you think?
Well, like he said, it's a Vertigo's a very technical sided map, so I wouldn't expect it to. They really need I think Germs and the Gladiators there. They really need to take this first map. Malolo is a very strong and aggressive opper. And actually, I know you pointed out that he was IGLing, but towards the middle of the season, that actually switched over to extrovert. And he's been a really big change for the team in terms of what he's been able to
Oh,
bring. And Malolo's just been able to focus on the op, just trying to take a little bit of adjustments. And I think the team's really coming to form here. Uh, and a map like Overpass, where the op is so heavy, I think him as well as the other op bouncing around the map, it's going to be a great for them, especially starting on a CT side of Overpass.
oof. All righty. So I think all the players are either in the server or we're just waiting on one. So it's getting a little close, getting a little bit exciting. I want to get final predictions, and then I want to throw my hat into the ring as well. 2-0, 2-1. Obviously, I think you guys might lean towards the teams that you've helped create, but what are your thoughts?
My prediction. It's similar to Germs. I think it's going to be 2-0. Except for Upsetty Spaghetti this time.
Ooh. All right,
Well, I
and
think you're
Germs.
a little upsetty with my prediction. I think it's going to be, and I'm actually going to go with some exact numbers here. I think it's going to be 16-9 overpass for the Gladiators, and then a 13-16 for UPS, followed by a Mirage game that goes into quadruple overtime, leaving the Gladiators to be the victorious team for Challenger. Let me just say, the more time passes on the clock for the Gladiators, the better they become. So, obviously they are paid by the round. I've been paying them, about a cent a round. So they've accumulated
Yeah.
a lot of rounds, as
Eventually,
you can
they too
imagine.
can own a P250 Sand Dude.
Absolutely. That's their grand prize. I told them they all get a P250 Sand Dune, if they win. So,
Incentives. Smart.
Yo,
absolutely. More than what Tanoodle's paying his players, I know for a fact.
what's crazy is we didn't tell them this, but P250 Sand Dunes were the hidden prize if they won. So,
Oh my gosh.
But 1 second, Fuffy. I believe Max is trying to get a hold of you in your DMs here.
I
So
believe he is.
Fluffy, I need to change the title for the C stream, please. My God.
All of that information is in the doc. Though
No, I need the digit code. I need the 6-digit code from
you
your
can
email.
then log into the email that the info's in the doc.
Thank you.
All right. I got a little word from a bird in my ear that's saying, I just realized it's actually a bird in my ear. It's Firehawk saying that a player joined, a player DC'd, so obviously it takes, a little bit of time.
I get it. No,
Takes a
no,
little bit
I
of time to
completely
jump
get it.
in.
The
Yeah.
UPS is afraid. They joined. They saw Manifest Brontos, Rabbit, Nolan, Pollock all on the roster, and they were like, I no, you can 4v5 this. I'm out. So
I'm
I
telling
get it.
you,
I understand.
Manifest is due for a game. I'm really worried about Manifest this game just popping off like a 1.4 on one of these maps.
Listen, man, my players have been getting skins for this. They have been getting confidence from that. Let me tell you, as a skin expert myself, let me tell you, we have some of the best inventories out there. So they're definitely
Okay.
feeling good about their inventories now. So you better watch out while that new shiny AK takes the head off of Maholo.
This team's paying their players, Fluffy. I need an admin check on this. All right.
When it comes to the sort of flowchart of the most important parts of having, like, you have aim is this important, movement's this important, utility. What percentage would you say skins factor into how well you do? Just a
100%.
number.
150%.
69%.
All right.
Right.
Amazing predictions. I believe we are getting ready to get into the game. It's gonna be in a moment. They're gonna get this knife round, of course, followed through, though. The knife round, none of it matters in that sense, given that we already know the sides, and we already know that we're jumping into map 1. This is the Challenger Grand Finals. Let's go. Alrighty, here we go. Here we jump into it. It looks like our HUD's just popping up. There it is. We can see overpass the pick of the Barbarians. We wave goodbye to Germs, but T-Noodle, you're sticking with me to cast through this one. As we jump into the pistol, it's full armor. An interesting choice for the Barbarians as they're going to be splitting into A through Con and Fountain. Immediate contact made by Buddy Man will then just back up, fall here to Divider as they want to make that contact, but instead they're slinking right down. This might be a fake play.
Yeah, full armor from both squads here, so just looking to have a little bloodbath on this side of the map. Looks like they're going to be going for water control.
Well, immediately contact made, and it's trades back and forth in Manifest. You said he might have been due for a game. He got 2, but that's the only 2 kills that they can find. Gonna go ahead and get the bomb down, but it's left onto Pollock. A 1-on-3 first round, and he's gonna get an instant headshot. A player behind, he turns, but a Koob will body shot him out of there. Pollock falls, and the Penne get that first round, though. A bomb plant for the Barbarians isn't too bad. I think we might see him force up in this next.
Yeah, I'm expecting a force up, and when I saw Manifest get those 2 picks, I was like, oh no, it's happening. But I mean, that was just an interesting play. They just decided to full armor up and just try to work their trades out with the Glock. And unfortunately, I mean, they did get the bomb plant, so that's all that you really need on this economy here with in CS. And now we're looking at 3 Galils, a Mac 10, and a Scout over on the side of the Barbarians. And it'd be interesting to see what they do to work with that.
Gonna be very interesting indeed. We have 3 M4s actually coming out. This is gonna be it's a low util buy, but the A1Ss are very powerful in this meta. The fact that they have that reduced price means that you can grab a couple of them even in the second round, though. It'll be very tough if they lose those guns, but looking at the util, it's actually pretty low on each side. Manifest, the only smoke. Pollock and Nolan each have a flash, so they just sort of have to pick a place and commit to it, though. Right now, they're slow defaulting, grabbing long, bombs back in spawn. Brontos is going to go ahead and swing back for it. And I think they're just going to try to use long as an avenue to get up into A, but contact by Malolo. Problem is that he gets tagged in the scout trade. He loses out, but Bunnyman trades it back. Both scouts out of the round. Pollock and Ma, each of the 2 offers for these sides fall. And it's still just this slow work. However, B is almost entirely open. We have 1 player over there. It's Extrovert, but he's playing passive. We'll have to see if Manifest susses this out. I think he's just looking to provide some pressure. Going to use their 1 smoke in the round, the 1 HE, to draw attention towards B, and it has pulled a single rotate, but Bunnyman, the jump spot, spots it out. They know exactly where it is. Koob's going to grab onto Nolan. Bunnyman makes contact, is smart to just fall back, taking the favorable duel, and so it's Rabbit left in a 1-on-2. He's getting the bomb down, and he's just going to stick it. He just wants the money. Sticking that plant, but shot in the side. Good work to just peek, fight together. Deluxe and Extrovert taking him down. It's another round, but another bomb plant. Means the Barbarians keep the economy going, and they keep the economy of the Penne in a rough spot, so close as ever.
Yeah, I know Pretty Penny only had 1 guy on B there, but the fact that Deluxe was in connector was really able to quell that possible fake B take there. And sure enough, once they got that pick in water, they just had to go back and utilize the crossfires that they had on A site, and getting those 2 guys right off the bat, that's all you really needed. Albeit getting down to 2 guns, that's going to hurt you, but the Barbarians are in a situation where they're going to save for full guns. So as long as they manage their economy here, keep people alive, they're good to go.
Preemptive smoke to avoid a molly, but there's going to be no Molotov coming in. Pistol's just rushing straight out. Pollock will burn. Now the util drops. Now they realize what this play is. A nade. That is solid damage, but a beautiful 1 deke from Rabbit. He's still alive, but now it's just Rabbit getting flanked as well. We'll see if he can grab a second. No. This is where the economy starts to stabilize for the Pennies, the Penne. The fact that they did not lose too many players in that round means that now they get to buy back up, have a little bit of a bank, but in the meanwhile, the Barbarians finally have a gun round coming out. The Penne convert the pistol, they win the second force, they get that 3-0 lead, and now the Barbarians are into it. I know on other maps I've seen the Barbarians tend towards stronger CT sides, so, you know, they might be okay with falling out of that pistol as long as they can get a couple rounds back. An interesting default immediately stopped. They decided to completely respect that molly at Fountain and now just start working forwards. But there's no one there to challenge, no op on the side of the Penne. And the Penne even have water control. Deluxe coming into that one. Very tough. The Barbarians early on have been choked out of this map control, and they're sort of forced to try to fight in towards A, and it's looking like long.
Yeah, you're looking at this utility that Pretty Penny is having right now. It's forcing them really uncomfortable on this side of the map. And if you're the Barbarians, you don't want to be uncomfortable on your map pick. They're going to have to look to do something soon. Really trying to push on this map. Trying to get these micro takes. They're not sure where Pretty Penny is at this moment because of the map control. And Deluxe with a good opening pick on the water.
Yeah, good flash, but it's just not strong enough. Deluxe can still see him. A good trade from Rabbit, and I think this next fight in water is really important. Rabbit and Extrovert, they decide not to risk it. They both just decide to back up. But I think this plays right into the Penne's hand. They now can still call water clear. Yeah, clearing it out. They're going to slowly realize where this has to be. A flash monster, but no one's there. When do they start to rotate? When do they start to realize smoke coming in at jump up? Malolo's going to start calling his teammates in. He's got a player in bank. That's Bunnyman, and the fights are coming to him. First one, a good spray down, peaks for a second. He doesn't even need that teammate. 2 kills already now. Everybody else starts filtering in, and one by one, the Barbarians are toppled. 4-0, continuing the great start. Pretty Penne.
Yeah, good utility usage by Pretty Penny right now and good takes. I don't think I've seen like really any battles where people have been isolated other than that like 1v1 in water. And fortunately for the Pretty Penny, it was a positive one for them. But most of these takes, they've just been Barbarians have just been running into crossfires or running into a whole bunch of utility.
Yeah, the tough part there was they really tried for that map control, but as soon as they took it, it was torn right back. They got water control, and it's torn away. This time, a good trade, good water control. Brontos, 0-5, having a bit of a rough start. Hakub wants to do the same thing that they did before, and just fight right back into water. Gonna go ahead and instead just juggle the rifle away, and they concede it. Finally, a little bit of a better spot for the Barbarians. They continue to clear this map control. Nolan with the duel onto Divider, and that's going to force the Penne back even more. They're giving all of this space. So now the Barbarians, well, I would say they'd be in a good spot, but instead Hakub found another. That was aggression into water. Or no, Khan, excuse me. Was that a spam?
I want to say he might have boosted up.
Ah, boost. That makes sense. Able to grab that one either way. Now they don't have to feel as bad about their lack of map control because 2-2 on either site is a solid way to hold it. Bomb coming over towards B. Rabbit gonna smoke out Heaven, and they're gonna get ready. Just send this exec. 2 flashes, and the flashes have to be perfect. Gonna fly out first one. Bang. There it is. Manifest is in on the entry, but he's not gonna get it. Hakub gets that one. Rabbit can actually find Deluxe, and they're gonna realize where Hakub is in this pit, so he smartly repositions up onto the bridge, gets Nolan in the side, and so Rabbit in a 1-on-3 can't even grab the first. Shots whizzing by the head of Hakub, but they're gonna grab their 4th. A great 4K in that one. And we're seeing really every member of the Penne step up and contribute.
Yeah, Hakub was just doing such a great job maneuvering around the site. Even though Deluxe was taken out, they were just using each other to just bait each other's peaks. So the Barbarians at no point were comfortable isolating any duel, and they just had to fight 2 guys at the same time. And you're looking at a point where Pretty Penny is just hitting everything together, and the Barbarians are just uncomfortable on this T side.
Yeah, really not too comfy, and well, it's not a comfy spot to be in there. At the mercy of Malolo's op. Grabbing 2. Not going to be the 3rd, but the 4th is a nice dig. That's a solid 4K. Another 4K there. Good dominance up against the upgraded pistols. Barbarians have another buyout.
See, that's what you want to see out of your Opper. Even though it's a save round, the fact that he's hitting those shots, those 3 quick shots, even though it's kind of one at a time, he still had to peek and get those flicks. You want to just like make sure that you're confident, you're hitting them, and that's really what he needed. Barbarians going into buy there. Malolo with another peek over the smoke.
Goes for more though, a little bit possibly greedy or just not realizing that he was exposed in that spot. A good trade by Pollock. That's his 2nd kill overall. He's starting to come alive in this one. Deluxe pushes forward. That was a little bit of a misplay, perhaps because they lost that player and that information that Malolo was able to provide. He decided that he wanted to go for some info of his own, but instead he's given the Barbarians an advantage that they should capitalize on. But instead, Nolan just caught out. Caught looking the wrong way in the side from the connector player. Hakub makes contact all the way over on B and continues to push where Deluxe was. Oh, that is going to sting for the Barbarians. As soon as they had that man advantage, it is torn away from them.
And they're retreating back to site.
After aggression.
They're playing it smart, retreating it back to site. That was a good play because Bunnyman was watching Connector, and Hakub really didn't have to worry about his back, and I was able to take those little peaks where there's really micro angles that he has to watch, and just
No one
really an
expects
off
him to
angle.
peek it again. They
Yeah,
already sent
yeah.
Deluxe and he died.
Yeah, they're just really working the map control very great there, into a way where Barbarians can't expect what's happening.
All right, pull it creeping up over towards A. No contact to be found, and again, I would say they're gonna default
It's
back
gonna be
over
a
towards
save.
B, but they're just gonna save. Manifest, Pollock, the two of them tucking in, holding on to this. I like Pollock keeping that op. Honestly, the rest of the players have enough loss bonus to buy up around this. I assume that's what they're gonna do. But really, at least Brontos has those 4 assists. Because if not, he would be 007. That'd be a little bit rough. Brontos seems to be going for a lot of these openings, but, you know, getting traded but not able to find impact, not able to find the openings that, oh, we saw him, what, 20 kills in the first half and then like a 30-something at the end of it on that Mirage game previously where he just sort of popped off to beat the Scientist and bring him here.
He was a menace against the Scientist. He really dragged his team to this game here.
Well, now his team is dragging him forward, but not far enough to get across the line. Not far enough for a round. 0-7 are the Barbarians, just like his scoreline. It's interesting to see the connector heavy setup here. They should be aware of this, given that Bunnyman got that pick before. Now he's going to peek up. It's an awkward flash from Malolo, actually blinding out Bunnyman a little bit, but he is still going to get one. Manifest trades it. Do they expect the second player? Yes, Manifest a second. Good work to get their advantage. And now they have to hit the brakes. Now they have to force the Penne to equalize. And they have to figure out, do they know that we're all stacked over towards A? Manifest dodges the flash, continues to fight up forwards. A great headshot. Oh, and Pollock grabbing that one from long. Beautiful work. I love the initiative from Manifest, even on low HP. Just keep taking fights, and he wins it. Deluxe gonna be forced into a save. Possibly gonna play for exits. The money decent, but actually Deluxe, who's been dying a lot of these more recent rounds, only on 850, so fully saving the gun will be important.
Yeah, he's gonna be saving here, but Manifest, as we talked about in the pregame, he was the guy who I really thought would just somehow he hasn't given me a reason to believe that he was gonna have a good game, other than the fact that I just felt like he was due. And so far, he seems to be the one really taking these initial fights. And albeit it's just their first round, I really think that's who they're gonna have to lean on. Just allowing him to take those entries, try to take the site, and really allowing Brontos or Rabbit just to try to clutch it out after the bomb's planted.
Ooh. Okay. Jump into this one now. Barbarians on good footing, but a full buy back in for the Penne. This is where the Barbarians can break the economy. This is where they can get the comeback going. Or will the Penne keep their lead? Will they keep this lead in the half? One more round and they will essentially have won the half, though all of that depends. Ooh, Fastby, a good change of pace. Brontos again out first, but he can't get the opening. Again, struggling in those entry spots, and Manifest, who did it all before, also going down. 3-on-5 immediately. And it's made even worse as Hakub wins his duel in Monster. They sent it out B, but the flashes weren't strong enough. Just struggled in those fights.
Yeah, Hakub was over towards Toxic. They really had to focus on him, and Extrovert just able to get 2 free kills as they weren't even paying attention. Once again, it's just these crossfires that they're having set up, and it seems like the Barbarians don't have a lot of contingencies. Oh, and the Extrovert gets another pick on a Nolan, but
Dry peaks.
yeah, it's dry peaks, and that it doesn't seem like they're communicating who's looking at what.
Yeah, it's tough. They needed a toxic molly there. They needed flashes in. All of those things are key if you're taking B, because B is a very powerful site to exit given how easy it is to line up the util. But without it, CT's often playing 3 players over towards B. It's gonna be very tough to just go in dry. And they're even hunting for this AWP, trying to get it away from Pollock.
which they should. Yeah.
They really
there's no
should.
reason that Pollock should be saving or should be getting to keep this off this round. And sure
he
enough,
won't.
Kakoob closes it out. No save for them, but they're definitely going to be able to buy again.
Definitely. Gonna be buying up here. 8-1 now. Penne, at this point, just need to not get in their own heads. Keep playing their game, but be ready. Will the Barbarians have an adaptation? Will they be able to change the course of things? Right now, this is an interesting, just completely defaulting over into A. Saying, screw this B control. We want to grab bathrooms with the front bath smoke actually missing. Just off by a little bit, that lineup from spawn. Maybe got to go back into the Prac server. I know they put a lot of work into this one, but struggling on it. Malolo going to drop a molly and pull back into long. And as he posts up on it, they're going to go in. Oh, no, they're not. I thought they were going to go into a map setup, but instead they're boosted. He's going to get to oversee, look over that sign and see towards front bath. And the Barbarians aren't even up that far yet, just slow walking forwards, clearing out everything. Good flash by Rabbit to clear it, but there's nobody there.
And Deluxe just in connector waiting for good timing. But he might soon find a lot of people in connector. And he wins that first fight.
Yeah, a great headshot and a great one by Malolo. Again, they're just going in alone. The flashes, they're not enough. Smoking at truck, but Malolo keeps fighting. A-site overpass known to favor these operas. He is making it work. Pollock up close. No, his shot's not going to land. Nolan stuck back. This dynamic duo of players, these 2 CSC veterans, well, they've got to try and clutch it out all the way from that 2v5 disadvantage. Nolan's gotten another, but he goes down to the flank. Bunnyman doubling up. He was in con the entire time. Excuse me, on B, slipping through con. And Barbs, call attack timeout. This makes sense. They got to reset. They got to figure out what is not working. I think they need some set strategies. They're not really pulling out any execs. They need something that'll work together, because going in dry isn't working, and they're defaulting too slow and giving Penne all the information.
Yeah, they're gonna need to change something up. Pretty Penny, I would love to see them just keep it consistent. Don't force yourself to change anything just because the team's taking a timeout. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And if Barbarians decide to adapt, they decide to play something really smart this round and they win the round. Oh well, you lost it. Adjust and move forward. But I would assume that the Barbarians this round are going to be going something fast. I think they might go back towards B, either with aggressive water or just a straight monster rush here. And they're going to make a liar out of me, so never mind.
Yeah, but water control, I believe, is on the cards. Heading straight into there. And as they swing, Manifest and Rabbit are the 2 that take it. Malolo stuck inside the smoke up close. Gonna notice here Nolan up in front. This is a risky spot, and yeah, at close range, the SMG proves more fatal than the Deagle. And that's an op dropped over. Nolan gonna creep forward to pick this up. If anything, they could even just throw it out of the map. I know they probably want to get it to their teammate, but like, that op is so much money out of the hands of the Penne. And you know, economic damage this late in the half isn't gonna be as important, but it's still something to consider. Brontos, still not a kill to his name. It's going to be the solo player searching towards A, and I think they need him to make some kind of contact, because you can't keep walking in dry like this. Straight into the crosshair of Deluxe, and he is ready. Rabbit wants to trade back, but through the smoke. Absolutely beautiful. Rabbit is gone, and these last 2 players are stuck in water, going through smokes. Oh, Brontos Makes contact. He's stuck here at pillar, and Haku's
Oh.
behind him. No, poor Brontos. Haku the double gets knifed. 0-10 now. Really, really struggling here on overpass.
0-10 and that 10th kill being a knife. That has to hurt. That has to just be getting in your heads. And realistically, this has just been Pretty Penny's map. Barbarians are just walking in dry. This is their map pick. They're supposed to know what to do, but they're not even using any support utility. But now they're finally going into a rush.
I'm gonna be honest. I played a game of Overpass, and I believe it was 13-2 or 12-3 at the half, and it was like, we know we're the good team. We've got our CT side prepped. We did a little bit of work for this map. We can do this. We can bring it back. And we were able to bring it back. But it's just complete struggles for the Barbarians. I don't even know how good of a CT side they'd need to bring this one back, because the Penne eliminate them. Have you heard that story from Taco? Where he was like, it was 15-7.
15-7.
Looked at us and was like, if you think we're good, let's prove it right now. 16-7.
16-7. No, but I mean, like it's crazy. There's not a lot of utility being thrown by Barbarians. A whole bunch thrown by Pretty Penny. But even at the times when they get those 1v1 duels, they're just losing them. Pretty Penny are out aiming. They're out braining. They're just doing everything better right now. They're more prepped.
Yeah, good nade. Chunks him down, and now they run up. It's a good crossfire. He's going to miss that shot, but he's not going to miss that collad in the quick scope for the last one. Confidence again. Yeah, he's got the AWP, the most expensive gun in the game. Yeah, he might be farming against cheaper pistols, but, you know.
I mean, pistols are some of the hardest things to hit AWP shots against, because they're just running out like ants. You know, they're just scrambling.
That's true. They sort of scatter all around you, though. The spacing not great from the Barbarians. They try to stick together to trade, and that time they just get shot in the face for it. Pollock looking up over this smoke.
He
missed that shot, and Ma's not gonna miss that one. Malolo. Beautiful one onto his offer in Pollock. Nolan holding, but Bunnyman wins the duel as well. Individual aimers. I've said it before, I personally believe that the Pretty Penne are the most skilled team in all of Challenger, just individually. And they're showing up with great team play here. However, Manifest has gotten 2 back. Said Manifest was due for a game, but who knew the game would be when they're losing, and he has to try and pull things out for him. Trying to pull the rabbit out of the hat. The rabbit's still alive in this round. See if he can find some impact. The IGL, actually, of the Barbarians.
Yeah, the Barbarians might have a rabbit, but Pretty Penny has a bunny. It'll be interesting to see what they do. It's a 3v3. This might be their next best chance to finally double their rounds.
Times.
The man's insane. Yeah,
he's crazy.
They've been sleeping on him the whole season.
All right, mid-sight smoke, flash, they're in. I like this. And I like the clear of Brontos. Oh, yeah, now he sees it. You see it there, buddy. Good work. Brontos' first kill in the round. It's an entry. Yes, Extrovert wasn't looking at him, but still, it was good work. I like their util usage. They did walk into a site with one guy looking down at the ground, but still, I think that's some of the strongest team play. One of the stronger execs we've seen him pull out. Just instantly popping in off the flashbang, and now... Oh, Ma misses that shot. Maybe he's just... His op is a pistol magnet, you know? It can hit all those, it can hit other oppers, but that quick scope not going his way, and Barbarians get a second one. If they win this 3rd round, then maybe we can get something going. I believe this is a tech pause. Yeah, we've lost a player over on the side of the Penne. Unfortunate.
Oh.
Have somebody DC.
Yeah, someone just rage quit. They're like, oh, they doubled their rounds. It's game over. You know, but I mean, that was a good round for Barbarians to close it out in a 3v3. Pretty Penny gambled once again towards A. Unfortunately, weren't able to win the gamble there. Trying to retake the site with the op, it's really difficult, especially when all the post plants are already there. So it was good.
They've got cash. They've got cash in the bank too. You know, just casually throw away an op on a retake, because
Yeah.
This last round, they're still rich.
Yeah, they're rich. And who actually dropped out? It was Deluxe. So, and we got a screenshot. We're balling
Shout out
here.
Firehawk, observer screenshot. Let's go.
Hey, it wouldn't be a grand final without a screenshot happening, right?
Always happens sometimes. All right.
Yeah.
If the Barbarians win this next round, what would you say their percent chance of bringing it back, at least to an overtime, are?
You know, I would say it's somewhere between 50 and 60, give or take 40 to 50.
I think my brain just lagged.
So anywhere from 0 to 100%, there's a chance. I mean,
Okay.
it's Counter-Strike. But I always say, if they can get 12 rounds, if they can get 13 rounds on CC side, why can't we? You know,
That's true.
pistol round is going to be very crucial.
Yeah.
And then the subsequent round is going to be that's going to be even more crucial.
Yeah, the Barbarians were sort of struggling with fights, struggling peeking into their opponents and dying. But on CT side,
they can
you
just
have
hold.
you have the advantage. You get to hold, and that can help build up some confidence. I do think though that they need this round buffer. They should try to win at least this next one and the pistol, because they need enough of a buffer in order to not just, have one unlucky round and lose the whole thing. Because you got to build up that confidence over time. It can't come instantly. Ooh, confident here. Malolo pushing forward, but a great flash, though. Deluxe is also ready. Up into the fountain and the Penne. Together they push, and together they call A site clear. And Extrovert is even pushed in to grab the bomb. So many kills, every single one the way of the Penne, and Manifest and Nolan have to try to pull this one back, but Manifest not ready for the off angle. Yeah, Nolan will get a headshot, but this 1v5, I doubt the doability of it. As the CTs close in around him, he's gonna creep up through Water Tunnel. Deluxe. Yeah, he's ready. Instant on the headshot. 13-2, the Barbarians. They can never even string 2 rounds in a row. They can only string 2 rounds in the whole entire half. That is a rough one, but the Penne have got to be happy on their opponent's map pick. But now they switch sides, and now we will see if the Barbarians can have the same kind of impact on their CT side.
And I like what Pretty Penny decided to do that round. They've rushed so many towards Fountain. And that's a really good head play when you break it down, because they won that round, and that just steps on the throat of the Barbarians. It's like, we're letting you know we're better than you. If they lose that round, they'll be like, okay, we just made a dumb play. Oh well. It's not gonna hurt your. It's not like you got beat. You tried something, it didn't work. But if you won, it's just a
gamble that
backbreaker.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Though again, just full armor on the pistols. Though this time they're doing the connector creep.
It's an exact copy of what Barbarians did on their pistol.
Basically, Barbarians had a couple A players. This is all 5 connector. But I like it. The T's go marching one by one. And the CTs slip back. Bullet somehow avoiding contact. Now he takes the fight, spamming out his USP, but he can't hit those shots while he's moving. Manifest will get one, but shut down. Extrovert finishes him off, and these last players have to rotate in. They're locked entirely out of the sight. Bronto's coming up, not going to get the headshot. Instead, it's a Coob laying it down, suppressing fire. Bronto's gone. Head removed. And Nolan is going to have similar struggles. Just Rabbit left in this 1-on-4, I think, is a lot for him. A lot to ask, and knifed in the back. Oh, Coob. Oh, you dirty, dirty knifer.
There's 2 knives in the game for Hakub, and honestly, this is a heartbreaking game for Brontos. He got those 2 kills in that 1 round. The other 15 rounds, he has not gotten anything, and even Pretty Penny gave a small window of opportunity for Brontos to shoot Hakub in the back of the head, and no, Hakub just 180 and popped him, and now it's 14 rounds for Pretty Penny.
Player, I would say. Brontos is one that really wants to get in your face and take duels. Manifest gets into Coop's face, and as they push out, Brontos and Rabbit make the pistols work. Yeah, Brontos will go down after one, but they still have a man advantage. 3 on 2, and Bunnyman and Malolo, they're sort of stuck on opposite sides. Malolo's going to be coming all the way in, but in between them, in between this Penne sandwich, is Manifest. Grabbing that one. And just Malolo left.
Yeah, Malolo's a player you'd want in a clutch, though.
He flashes A.
Game, yeah.
He's drawing their attention. Gonna go for a gun. Pullock's gonna pick one up, and
they're
now
gonna meet him.
he's
Malolo
gonna rotate
this.
up Khan, and he's ready. Beautiful read there from Malolo to draw all of that attention, and now he still has 45 seconds to pick where he wants to go. He's gonna walk back into A.
He faked the death cam.
Pullock clears this out. He did. That's another smart one. The instant headshot, even lowering the amount of time you can see on death cam. Now he's sprinting it. He's
Pullock
making a
has
raid.
no kit
Nobody's
either. He's
here,
on the
and-
opposite side. He's gonna
Yeah.
that's gonna be 15, 16 seconds just to get to the site alone.
Oh, this is tough for Pullock. He's gonna realize he can't hear those bomb ticks, so sprint, my friend, all the way over. You guys invested everything you could in this round. Manifest got 2, Rabbit got a D, Brontos got a kill. So it's on Pullock to try to clutch. He should? Yeah, over time he'll suss out that Malolo has to be in one of 2 places. He's at long, he's at bathrooms, but Pullock, he's clearing.
He's in no
He's
time
just
now.
pushing forward. No time. Knife out. Oh, poor Pullock. Malolo gets the 1-on-2 clutch. Spray there on the ground. He's happy. I'm sure all the Pretty Penne fans are clapping. Call it an easy clap because 15-2. They want to close it out right here, right now. Broken by of the Barbarians. So far, it's been really a show of all of these players coming alive. Deluxe actually the one with the least amount of kills, and he's been their best player in the regular season, so just say it's confidence, though. Mirroring what we saw in the last round of the first half, it's an aggressive push. SMG's up in the face of
Bad
these
timing.
teams. Malolo caught in the back, yeah, a rough timing. Rabbit wins his duel onto Deluxe, and each SMG, each MP9 coming out on top. Extrovert last alive. He's gonna tap it. Baits Nolan into the swing. That's a good kill. Now he can actually get this bomb down. Yeah, he hears Rabbit running up towards him. He hears that flashbang pulled, but he's not going to waver. He's just gonna creep forward up onto bridge, ready for Rabbit's position. Sprays him down. Pullock in the side of the head. Oh, a sigh of relief. The Barbarians, they keep 2 players alive, carry forward 2 AKs, and they're still technically in this one.
Yeah, no, that was just a great time. They finally won a lot of these 1v1s, and they were able to just rush them. It looks like Pretty Penny just weren't ready at any points for any of those rushes to be there. Extrovert, though, in that 1v4 was doing a great job isolating 1v1s
Yeah.
and playing very good, comfortable normal angles, and then just good off angles, as we saw when he was finally traded out. He gave himself a good percentage chance to win every scenario, and that's going to be very good for him moving forward. I mean, I know they got the confidence, but once again, just seeing the display of how they're thinking and how they're playing the game. Now Manifest gets a double spray on the connector. Nade damage that might take him out, but no, it does not. And now 5v4 advantage for the Barbarians. Pullock on the site with an op, just jump spotting. And now the round's going and quieting down.
There it is. My audio's
can
back
hear
in. Sorry. Little mini tech error, but it just happens on the pistol round. This is the round that sort of mentally they can throw away, but oh, Bunnyman throws a bullet downtown into the skull of Pullock. A beautiful, beautiful blinder of a shot. And it puts pressure on these remaining CTs because they've got to decide, do we rotate? Do we stay in our spots? Brontos, he's got a really good spot, gets Ma in the back, and now they realize this is probably a fake towards B. It's probably going to be A, the final destination. Bomb creeping up.
Ooh.
They it on the back of Bunny Man. So it's just whether they can hit some more good shots coming into the site. Deluxe, first contact taken down by Rabbit. It's just making this A1S work, and that's all
Oh.
3. Good work
Yeah.
there. This is the kind of round that's replicable. That previous SMG rushing round, you can't really replicate that. You can't really turn that into a long comeback, but that's solid. They're starting to get things going. We'll see how they do up against the buy coming in. It's
Oh, it's a
full
half buy.
SMGs. I kind of love this. They're just going to throw in something crazy, throw in a B rush, and no early monster
Nothing
smoke
on B right now.
Yeah, no early monster smoke. The HE is going to get good damage,
Ooh.
but I don't think that's enough to deter them as they just sprint on in. Maz already in the site. Nolan can't find the spray. Brontos with 1. Brontos, this is where you have to come alive, but instead he's caught in the side. 3 on 2 instantly.
nade.
As the bomb site falls, the HE is only going to get a little bit of damage. Manifest smoked off at heaven. And the dread starts to set in. You have to go for this retake here. No rounds to spare. And so Pollock will lead the charge with his AWP. 1 flashbang over top, but a molly, they run through it. Tagged up, shot in the side. Pollock is down. Manifest only 1, but he can't get any more. Pretty Penne win it on the Mac 10 Rush B. We would not have it any other way. Beautiful showing there from the Pretty Penne as they dominate the Barbarians map pick.
Yeah, just a great call on the side of Pretty Penny. I was really surprised. I thought they were just going to be reasonable and just go with the save just to make sure they had a full chance of buying. And then I realized they just bought. Even if they lose that round, they want to hit a little bit of economic damage, and they
had a round buffer to go for.
Yeah, they had a round buffer, and they just had a perfect timing. The Barbarians were going for a 2-man push on the short. And they decided to double back. I feel like if they continued pushing over to Monster, that would have been huge, but no, Pretty Penny
well,
just
before we
hit
jump
their
into this
shots.
next map of Vertigo, before we see if the Barbarians can steady themselves and try to get the Penne's map pick to bring us to Mirage, we're going to send us to a short little break. We're going to be right back, get a little breather, get some water, remember to stay hydrated, grab some popcorn because the action is not over. See you in a sec. Well, that was a bit of a rough one there. The Barbarians are, well, they've got to completely recuperate. They've got to figure out what went wrong. And the Pretty Penne, on the other hand, they got to be happy after that one, though. Can't let it go to their heads. How do you personally feel after that one-sided affair?
Well, as a Counter Strike fan, nah, it's whatever.
That's fair.
As Upsetty Spaghetti being my franchise, I was super ecstatic, but I tried to call it in and just talk about the game, and
Yep,
man,
yep.
my guys, Pretty Penny, they really, you could really tell that they put in the work for this game. They
Hmm.
absolutely shut Brontos out of that map.
Yeah,
Um,
I loved the way that when they took those early fights, it was either in unexpected places or when they were getting water, when they were pushing fountain. They used util really well in order to sort of get in the faces and make the opening duels very difficult. That's what shut Brontos completely out of that round or out of that game. Rabbit wasn't able to find a lot of impact. It was really just Manifest who showed up with some of those entries. He was doing okay. As we saw up over to Vertigo, this one's much more of a question mark, but I know that it's one that Pretty Penne have put some work into, especially after I believe it may have been either their first loss or just a tough loss when we played up against them and they were struggling a little bit. Uh, that being said, they went on to then win all the rest of the Vertigo games they've played, so I'd say this has become a home map for them. And well, we're gonna get to see them comfy. We're gonna get to see them here at home as we jump into their map pick of Vertigo. This is the Challenger Grand Finals. Alrighty, just gotta make sure to select that side. It should be the Barbarians starting on this CT side, and yes, Penne beginning on the T side. We'll see if they have a specific pistol round strategy planned in for this one.
yeah, it's going to be a
Alrighty.
big game coming up from Pretty Penny if they want to capitalize on exact confidence that they
Ooh.
have. They've played this map very comfortably ever since they played against the Dog Pound, losing that close game. And like you said, it's been a very comfort pick. But here we
This is
see.
Oh, this is fascinating. Oh, meeting face to face in the smoke, and Brontos gets through it. He's in the ladder room. Bunny Man, does he realize that he must be calming this to his team? But in the meanwhile, he walks straight out mid and is tapped in the face by Manifest. Now the A exec is on, smoke's landing in, and Pollock dies through one of them. 4-on-4 as Malolo can plant this bomb. Brontos, believe he has a flank here. Or no, he's joined up. It's all four players coming from the CT side. Just running down into this one. Brontos jumps over to the side. He's going to get a smoke on the bomb, but he's going to go down Deluxe. Some good damage. Ma getting another one. He's running in Manifest. A second headshot. He's the only one finding kills, and he finds a third. He's picked up the kit. There is still the smoke on the bomb, and as they swing forward, he is sticking, and Nolan goes for the fight. Manifest, though, just dying out in that smoke, making it kind of close with the defuse, but the fact that Brontos went down with that smoke in hand made it difficult to get it onto the bomb. It was interesting. He just full focus smoking the bomb to defuse it. Maybe a little bit of a lack in confidence, or maybe he was just feeling it, feeling that kind of hard read. But instead, there was a side hall player to shoot him down.
Yeah, definitely a good play. But we're seeing a big rush coming up from the Barbarians. Bunny Man's going to put a stall on that. But A site, or B side, is being taken by the Pretty Penny right now.
Yeah, Brontos catching Bunny Man in the back. That's going to be a free Mac 10 to scoop up. Coob looking forward for more fights. Brontos dies out on the flank, and the rest of these pistols, they want to find some kills. It's just, start getting up on that scoreboard, feel a little bit better about these. You can hurt the economy a little bit of the T's, but I don't think the T's are too worried with just how many Mac 10 kills they've been farming out of this one. Grabbed a couple, and Extrovert grabs one more. The Pretty Penne, just like on map 1, off to a good start.
Off to
This
a
time
good
it's on
start.
T.
Indeed. And then 3 surviving, that's also good. Now, just talk about the series as a whole here. Barbarians, losing as bad as they did, are really going to need to do something, I feel, in the first 4 or 5 rounds of this game. Because they're coming off just a dismantling on the first map. And they haven't played this map during any of the official matches this season. So if they go down a little bit in the beginning, their confidence is just going to stay in the gutter.
Yeah, that being said, I think the experience that Rabbit brings in as he's the one to throw that deep ramp smoke is going to be something that the Penne might not have encountered before. Not a lot of teams were strong at taking that ramp control, and I know personally that was one of the things that Penne struggled with previously and have had to put some work in through the regular season to try to make successful. Now they're just going to wait out the smoke, and Deluxe will start to come forwards. He wants a duel in Pollock. While he's happy to receive instant headshot onto Deluxe. Instant advantage for the Barbarians in this crucial first gun round. Olo wants to trade something back, but instead Manifest out to get that one. Rabbit locking down mid. Hakub can only get one. And it's only Bunnyman with that MAC-10 that he had carried over. Gonna hope to get some damage. Able to swap out to an AK, but right as he does it, Rabbit peaks. Great timing. Great work from the Barbarians. I agree with you that they've got to get something going early in order for this game to be close, and, well, winning the first gun round will help.
Winning the first gun round with that many people surviving is huge, and they're going to be bringing 3 AKs across to this round. Now, I know Pretty Penne are going to be on a save, but it's going to be very important for Barbarians to keep 4 or 5 players alive here, just to stabilize their economy, to have a dominant half, which is very needed here.
Yeah, very needed indeed. And on this one, whew, that flashbang was needed and useful for Pollock to grab that kill. Rabbit, he's rotated in from where he's normally at in mid. Gonna grab it. Brontos as well to help. They're tagged down a little bit, but still no one going down. Finally, Brontos will be the first to fall. And Bunnyman, beautiful Deagle. His Deagle has been really strong this series. But Pollock gonna be a tough one to take, but it's a third Deagle for him. And now he's into a 1v1. The Molly forced him off the bomb, so Nolan can wait. Nolan can listen. As Bunnyman has to get it down again. Swaps over off the Deagle onto the A1S. And now he's going to start planting. It's just a tap. It's just a tap, and that's just a beautiful 4K. Bunnyman puts a third onto the board in the pistol round of Pretty Penne with some amazing Deags.
That was just an insane round by Bunnyman, but even at the end, I didn't think they were going to close it out. And what my talking point was going to be at the beginning of this round was, in that 2v4, Bunnyman should not have been in an opportunity to get those first 2 picks. Brontos had low HP, getting on top of that box, and then getting the head on the second guy. Unnecessary peek.
I don't know why Brontos was so out in the open there on that fight. Just makes it really rough. Manifest one and done there on ramp. Pollock's been able to pick up an op. This could help them in this A hold, but he's going to get tagged by the Molly. Force back, still holding side hall. Rabbit looks away. A rough timing, not going to get that kill. At least he stays alive. Deluxe pushing up forward, another timing to keep him alive. Extrovert tagged down. This bomb going to be going down, and Pollock, he's jumping all the way up top. Another player from the Barbarians just goes a little too far forward alone and falls. Rabbit, he's dodged the flash, but I think they might have to save this one. I don't really see a way back in for these players, but he's considering. He's looking at it, and he's been headshot. Hakub, just strong in this round to get 3 of the 4 kills so far. The 5th one to find would be on Nolan, who's just all the way back on ramp looking through these exits, but I doubt anyone's going to peek into him. He'll just back up, keep that MP9, and
Yeah, great start for Pretty Penne here. Barbarians, after winning that first gun round as confidently as they did, losing a clutch like that in the previous round and then losing this next gun round like this is something that could snowball, especially off of how the previous map went. It's going to be going into another save round. Nolan carrying over that MP9, but we're going to be seeing a mid-rush here. In front of that Molly, gets taken out by Bunny, but dinks him with the 5-7.
Nolan running in though. That saved gun is working well. Close range, the MP9, a deadly double. Akub, he's here on the B steps to just secure it. The site is secure, and the rest of these T's are just sort of completely spread out. They have to get back into this bomb that was dropped. Oh, that is important. That is key, and that is another key frag. Nolan, third in the round. As he drops Hakub, and even more of these players are hunting for the bomb. Rabbit on this off angle in ladder. Extrovert seems to be aware, but is he aware of just how deep Rabbit is? Walking in, he spots him and takes him down. There's still more players to find, still this bomb to pick up, and as Extrovert goes for it, Pullet crosses by. Malolo gets Brontos in the ladder room from up above, I believe it was, and now Pullet's fallen. Nolan, though, he's gotten a fourth, and he is on for the ace. Extrovert has to scoop up this bomb, and Nolan has decided to just reposition. His HP is worse, but both players having the AK-47. Extrovert drops a smoke, and he is running, sprinting into that ace site where Nolan wants to meet him. A flash dropped. He seems to think that Nolan's coming in behind him, but Nolan's all the way on the other side. He's going to plant... Oh, in the corner, actually. I wonder where he wants to play this from. It's elevator. He's creeping forward, but he doesn't realize where Nolan's from, and Nolan gets the ace. He saves the MP9, grabs 2 with that one, then onto the AK. It's 3 more. 5 for Nolan and a second for the Barbarians.
That's an absolutely huge round from Nolan, and definitely a needed round from the Barbarians. It's 4-2 now, and they're going to be able to buy, and Pretty Penny are going to make the decision to buy as well. They can capitalize on another round like this. It's going to be forcing the Pretty Penny on a save, and this is going to be the kind of the snowball that the Barbarians would need to roll their way. And that's a good amount of utility for them right now.
I am worried about the Barbarians' T side, so they will want a strong showing here on CT. And well, if no one keeps pulling stuff out like that, perhaps they can get it. Pulik, a good opening. Malolo dropped at the bottom of ramp. And there's no more players over towards A. Instead, they're clearing out mid, bringing bomb up with one lurker in towards B. And the swing, oh, both the players go wide and both the players run into the Rabbit Brontos crossfire. The 2 highest rated riflers in Challenger showing their stuff to lock down mid and leave Hakub in this clutch, and he's not going to get a single one. Nolan finishes Nolan on $11,000, and the Barbarians, well, now they've got that economy built up. Now they've got that round. They're forcing Penne onto what this round I assume will just be a save, likely even Glocks coming through. This is where the Barbarians can get things going.
Yeah, it's definitely a save here. Barbarians should definitely just walk through this round with 4 or 5 people surviving. Been doing a good job. That was a great crossfire by Rabbit and Brontos in mid.
Good call to recognize where this one's coming in. Straight into B, straight onto Nolan. He doesn't get any, but Brontos gets a double. You know, yeah, Nolan goes down,
bomb
but
plant.
They're activating their other star player. It is a bomb plant. That's solid to get, but I doubt they get anything more. One lone P250 left awaiting his fate, awaiting the riflers, and 1 kill, not bad, but Barbarians keep 3 alive. I'd say that's what they really needed. And they equalize the score.
Yeah, I mean, on a pistol buy, you get 2 kills, you drop 2 guns, and you get the bomb plant. That's really all you can ask for going with the Glock, going with the 1 or 2 P250s there. And now we're seeing Pretty Penny go into a timeout here, trying to just refigure it out. Because other than the pistol rounds, that Bunnyman clutch, that round shouldn't have happened. So realistically, they've only won, I'd say, 1 gun round here. Barbarians have been playing very solid as long as they play smart.
5 AKs, I'm curious if they go for something quicker. I'm curious if they try to get A ramp control. Because it's been a spot where last round we saw 2 rounds ago we saw Pullet get the opening. They've been getting smoked off deep, taking some of these engagements. It's difficult for them. But if they're able to win it out, then it forces the Barbarians onto the back foot, as A is such a powerful site to exec into.
Lots in mid.
Close molly, deep smoke, flashes, and all the Barbarians are just slowly clearing it bit by bit. And it's only Malolo here to receive. Not going to see anybody. Hakub slowly peeking out to clear catwalk, not going to see anybody. And the Barbarians have an interesting setup here. A little bit more stacked towards mid as Bronto spots out the first. Molly flies over. He's just going to tuck tail and run reposition and into a crossfire. Brontos and Rabbit here at mid. Boost up. Extrovert not going to see anyone. Brontos has evacuated that jump up position. The double jiggles. You can see Deluxe on the X-ray there. Both players just play a little bit of a game of chicken, trying to choose one to peek. Great damage from Deluxe. But both players escape with their lives.
Both escaping, both teams just trying to get information, but we see only 2 flashes left on the Barbarians and so much utility on Pretty Penne right now.
That's true. If they can get in the right position for an exec, it will be deadly. They just have to use the util right. Don't walk into any of these rifles. Don't give up any of these picks. Instead, use that util to get the kill. And oh boy, do they. Rabbit, though. Oh, Rabbit in mid. He's cleared out the entire mid section of this attack, so Nolan gets to full focus on B, and his AUG has gotten 2. Extrovert, he's left up. He's in a clutch, and he's jumping up high onto the double stack. Spots another player, but out in the open, Rabbit will get the 3rd. Oh, a sigh of relief and a good multi-kill there from Rabbit, allowing Nolan then to focus on his own multi-kill and the Barbarians to get a 5th.
Yeah, the Pretty Penne had a really great read on the round there. The IGL definitely did his job. There was no utility to stop the play for the Barbarians, but the duels just go the way of the Barbarians, and it was a dominant CT hold for them.
All right, deep smoke maybe not going deep enough. These pistols are creeping up behind it. So good CT flash can allow Manifest to spray through. The interesting force save hybrid buy coming out where Extrovert's invested into the AK. The rest are just on pistols. If Extrovert can properly trade these pistols or even just blow off a head for an opening, that would be solid. Side hall smoke flying through. And this is where they want to try to take ramp. The side hall smoke is not actually going to block off Pollock. Now it is because they've spammed him back. But Brontos, he's taken fights forward. He's gotten the mid player. Manifest has gotten 1 and traded out. Now they have another rifle in their hand, but the Barbarians sit back with the man advantage. First entry in the hands of Malolo and a bomb plant confirmed. This is big. This is a lot for the Penne because now it was a disadvantaged situation. Turns into a spot where they can just hold, though Extrovert, he can't hold down side hall and instead lets Brontos come forward for 2. Brontos, he doesn't have 2 quiet games in a row as him and Rabbit just clean up these remaining Ts.
Yeah, and Extrovert was in such a great opportunity to get a pick on the boost position, but those were shots they were hitting on overpass. And it doesn't feel like Pretty Penne are bringing that same aim into this one. Once again, they have enough to buy, but Barbarians have been stringing a couple rounds here together. I want to say it's been 4 in a row here, which is exactly what they need, especially going into just for the CT half, because they're going to be going on a T side. And once again, this is a map that they have not played in official sense.
Yeah, Germs had two names for us. It was Brontos and it was Rabbit. And together they are the rifling duo to really provide all of this. Nolan got that ace, which helps bump his scoreline up to join him. And the Barbarians, gotta be feeling good. Unfortunate information given away. That being said, I don't know if Nolan will realize exactly what this is, what this boost coming forward means. A bit of a flubbed molly and a smoke right onto it. Extrovert, the close player, gets shot in the side by Brontos. Now Nolan's going to creep up, use his own smoke to see Was this a singular lurker or is this a B exec? And he's going to see that B is entirely clear. These players are running to bottom A, and Hakub has opened up middle. That's going to cut off rotates. That's going to make it really rough and make it possible for this execute to come in. Left side smoke landing. Pulik, he's blocked off, so he has a molly ready for front sight. As that lands down Manifest, he has to be prepared, but his gun barrel's been spotted. Deluxe gets that one, and Pulik, well, he's going to gamble it all straight through the smoke onto default. He's holding this one out. He has to hear Deluxe at his side, and he needs a teammate to cover his side in the meanwhile. Deluxe redropping that smoke. They can get this bomb down. It's on Malolo, and as he comes forward to plant it, Pulik's going to look away, and so Bunnyman gets a double. Again, he cracks the A site wide open and stops any and all form of a retake. Bunnyman the third even. That is just beautiful. His aim is on point.
Yeah, Bunnyman's been showing up huge for Pretty Penny in playoffs. I want to remind everyone that Bunnyman was actually the #1 pick in prospect this season, but he was later cut by the Woodman Gang and picked up by UPS to be promoted to the Challenger team.
I like that as a gamble, though. You can, if you want someone that has that star player attitude, which Bunnyman's bringing into this game right now, you might as well dip down a tier and, well, grab a star player. Speaking of star players, Brontos, he tries to get in there. He tries to show his star player attitude, but instead, he gets one and done. And falling means that at this point now, they're behind on these picks, and the Penne have enough of an advantage to be able to just trade this one out. But the rotates are looking good. Pulik misses his shot. Wide swing from Malolo. He is instantly ready. Nolan has dropped into the side, playing up around the smoke. We'll see. I think he might be thinking about going through it. Instead, the smoke fades. He gets Bunnyman in the side, and Malolo as well. Third on to Deluxe. Nolan, beautiful sprays, beautiful scenes, though they might not expect extrovert. Here's Manifest and shoots him in the head, and now it's only Nolan who's tapped the bomb, ready for the swing, but the low HP means extrovert. He can grab that 1-on-2, an insane back and forth, a good attempt from Nolan, but that lurker to close.
Yeah, Nolan had very near heroics in that round. He's been playing outside of his mind in this game. But now it's a tie game once again for Pretty Penny. They're starting on a little bit more of their uncomfortable side here, and as long as I feel if they can pull the 1 or 2 here, they're going to be pretty happy.
Ooh, Malolo, happy with that one again. Op V Pistols, he thrives. Deluxe grabs one onto ramp, and now they realize it's just these deagles. Nothing to worry about, boys. Just keep peeking in, keep finishing them off. No Rabbit left up, only one here, not even gonna get the kill. Bunnyman finishes, and Pretty Penne, now they've taken a lead. Now the Barbarians, well, they have a bye here, but if they lose this one, their economy could get shot, and we could see a 9-6 half. We could see the Penne still pulling ahead in this one.
Yeah, we could definitely see them keep pulling ahead, and Pretty Penny do have enough money to buy these last 2 rounds of this half. So they're going to be going in very strong and very aggressive whenever they take this hit.
Hakub, great awareness around the side of the smoke. Deluxe as well. He's found his kill onto ramp. They've realized the secret to opening up ramp is Deluxe go kill. He's gotten 2. A flash in, swap to the op. He keeps going. And with this side open, I would say these last 2 Barbarians, they've just got to save. Rabbit and Nolan, they're the only hope in this next round. They're gonna need some kind of firepower, and so I think they should be backing away.
Oh my gosh. What a great spray transfer there from Rabbit.
Good work to get those kills, but I was gonna say he should get traded because of his low HP, but instead he's got another, and the molly, that's missed actually. Nolan's up and he's on the bomb and the shot's gone wide. Now he's defusing. Now he's sticking.
No.
Rabbit's gone up top. Rabbit's gotten 1. He's traded out, but Nolan with the defuse, knifed by Malolo, but even then he can't stop it. Barbarians give everything, but they just barely win that round. Economy broken here in round 15. but I'm sure they're happy to get that one on the board because this late in the half, it just matters about this last one. Just focus in, spend all the money. You've got 2 M4s, you've got an op. Yeah, the util's low, but you can take fights, and if you can clutch out moments like that, whew, just beautiful. I was saying go for the save, but
Yeah, I
they
mean,
used something I didn't. They got that ninja.
realistically, they absolutely should have went for that save. But in that 2v4, where we saw it earlier in this half, except it's reverse, Pretty Penny give up 2 kills where it was just absolutely unnecessary. And that leads them to be in that situation. And Nolan playing a great game right now, playing
Yeah.
off of Rabbit and just sticking the bomb, knowing that his guys got his back. And that's
Yeah.
7th round for the squad.
It's nice to, even if you're popping off, to realize and be able to trust in your teammate to defend you and just stick that bomb. Very good work. This boost. Malolo's creeping up towards side hall. I like the dualies as a sidearm. A little bit creative, but
Hey,
better than the Glock at
2
least.
guns is better than 1.
That's true. Slowly, these T's are filtering back towards A. They're going to try to end it here on A. They have to be ready for the boost. There's a player coming up who's going to make contact here. Extrovert. Is he ready? Does he realize it? Instead, it's actually Deluxe who shows his head, and he is gone. A Manifest with that one. Hakub, though? Oh, Hakub's opened up the other side of the map on the lurk, and he's drawn all the rotates. Both these sides, it's a race. They're speeding into this one. Bunnyman through middle, op down by Pulik, and Pulik's gone through the smoke. He wants even more fights. He's so aggro, but he's missed the shot. That throws away the 3-on-3, though Rabbit gets it back even into a 2-on-2. These last 2 Ts coming in, they're going to have to re-clear a lot of these angles, smoke down so they can at least get that bomb in. But it's a tough one. Rabbit here waiting. Malolo taps it to make sure no CTs are rushing in, and now they're just pausing. They're taking a lot of time, and they might be taking too much time. At least the mollies missed there into sight. They just want picks. 17 seconds to get this bomb down. Now it's being stuck. Now Malolo has got it down at the triple boxes, and he's peeking around the side. Not going to spot anyone out. Instead, he gets back, avoids the flash, and hits the shot. That's Rabbit gone, only Manifest. And as he swings in, Malolo coming alive in that important final round to reach the top of the scoreboard for the squad. And the Pretty Penne, 8-7. This is a much closer game.
Yeah, and that 2v2, I feel like we saw 2 kind of flubbed up opportunities by both sides there. Pretty Penny threw their own smoke on site. I don't know why they were so unsure if someone could be hiding in that smoke and they didn't plant the bomb down. And due to the nature of how the site is built on Vertigo, once you get that bomb down, if there's no smoke there, you're trapped. There's really nowhere to go. And the Barbarians just let Malolo walk off a site and get in a position. Granted, Malolo hit those 2 shots. If he missed that first shot, he wasn't in a situation where he was going to be able to die because he was in such a safe location.
They got a flash in, but they took too long to sort of flash and push that he was just in the right position. Speaking of the right position, these 3 CTs, that's the right decision to rush into mid. Though it goes even. Rajos, Pulik, Manifest, each getting a kill, and now these 2 Ts are sprinting through mid. This is fascinating, and that is a great crossfire. They just go a little too fast. All those feet stomp and give away their position, and the 2 CTs, like hungry sharks in the water, they collapse in. I guess I should have used orcas, maybe killer whales. They work together, right? Dolphins? I don't know.
Some
about
kind of
gameplay,
aquatic
some about
animal.
predators. Like
not-
wolves surrounding their prey.
Absolutely. But that was a good recovery. I mean, a lot
Yeah.
closer than that round should have been off the start like that. Oh, the
Ooh,
Glocks.
Just sprinting in, and Rabbit gets the entry. Brontos picks up the M4, but goes down, and now there's 2 players on B site, and so it's tough to get into this one. Hakub locking it down with the A1S, and Malolo's there to assist. Pretty Penne are up to 10, as now the Barbarians get a buy-in. Pulik's invested into the op, but he's low on util. They're all a little bit low on util. Not a lot of flashes. 4 smokes, but not a lot of mollies either. This is going to be a tough one.
Hakub's been lighting it up this series so far. You said it yourself. He's bringing in a lot of experience being in CSC for so long. And he's just showing it in these finals.
Manifest. He's got the opening. He's taken down Malolo. And Malolo one who likes to take a lot of fights there at ramp. Ramp sort of relies on him, or excuse me, stairs is where he took that fight there. Okay. Let me tell a story while this round's in the slower bit. I would call B stairs B ramp a lot, and my open team was so annoyed every time I messed it up. And so the call-outs began to come B stairs as I messed it up each time. Hakub, though, not going to mess up his chance to get an opening. And Rabbit, quick on the trade, quick on his feet. Extrovert, good nade in. That brings us into a 3-on-3. Rabbit's going up forward, and his teammates are now here to join as Extrovert's found a gap in the smoke. He's going to slip through this, slip the net. Brontos in the side. Rabbit planting, has to get off of it to get him. But meanwhile, Extrovert's gotten a second. Rabbit out of ammunition. And the pretty Penne off the back of that great push from Extrovert. Grab an 11th round and again shove the Barbarians down to a poor buy.
Yeah, that little gap between those two smokes was almost like a perfect funnel for Extrovert to just get 2 free shots in there for that opportunity in that 3v3. And 11-7, a save round coming for Barbarians. It could get worrisome very soon here.
It definitely can, though. Honeyman, not realizing just how close these players are now, he pulls out his M4. Able to grab 2 before going down. Deluxe has gotten one onto the side hall player of Nolan, but Pollock makes the Glock work. Now he's swinging in. He swung a little bit too wide. Only Brontos left. And, yeah, finally finished off. Jumping in the air. His body flies. Good damage. And I do actually think that damage was necessary. That was important. The fact that they're burning out the economy means that, yeah, they're behind on rounds, but this is really the only way that they have to make a comeback, is to break Pretty Penne's economy, break their spirits, and they've gotta get themselves back up in good spirits, or it'll be a struggle bus as it was on the first map. Rabbit a missed flash running all the way up ramp, and Funny Man just a little too aggressive. Again, not realizing how fast they can be there, struggling up against that A rush. And now that he's gone down, Barbarians are going to hit the brakes. They still have bomb back in spawn, and I assume they're going to carry it over and turn this into an A hit.
Yeah, the round's getting quiet now. That unfortunate loss to Bunnyman on that ramp, it looked like he just went a little bit too fast, too dry, like you said. And that's going to be putting Pretty Penne in a tough spot. Barbarians can do a good job here if they want to bait out so much utility from Pretty Penne due to having that disadvantage.
Yeah. The util low. And finally, the Barbarians on this buy are able to have high util, which is going to be important for what I assume will be an exec coming in. Oh no, it's a fake. I actually love this. They have 2 players here with smokes ready to send a fake into A while the hit is coming into B. The issue is, do they overpeak first on B and give it away? There's the smokes on A, but they've gone B a bit too early. There's still an opper here. Malolo is ready. He's hit the first one, but he's missed the second. Pollock onto the fellow opper, gets a smoke up close, and it's only Extrovert here to defend because the other 2 players were still held over on A, and now they're even being flanked. Deluxe pushes in, 1 and done. Pollock, another good trade. Bomb down, and it's only Extrovert. Chaw's theme begins to play, but as he creeps forward, he needs to get duels onto these site players before this wrapping player comes in. There's the first. Brontos down. Rabbit is waiting for an overextension, but instead he extends forward into Pollock, and Pollock extends the Barbarians round count up to 8.
Yeah, they do, and that was definitely a very good round. Albeit the fake was a little bit mistimed, but the concept was there. And sure enough, they're able to win the duels. It got a little bit too close at the end for Comfort, especially after winning a pick like that. But look at that. Pretty Penne are going into this round with a save, a little bit of armor.
Yeah.
But ultimately, this should be another one on the board for the Barbarians.
I mean, this is where that pistol round that got really close from the Barbarians comes into effect. The money's broken. Pollock's gotten a double. And the rest of these pistols shouldn't really have much of a say in this one. Phasing the smoke is Hakub. He will find a nice headshot onto Nolan, but immediate trade. Brontos up into sight. He can get that bomb down, and should be 9 for the Barbarians. Only a 3-round difference coming through, barring some beautiful shots. Bunnyman not alive, so still potent enough. Gotten one.
Oh, that's a
That
huge
AK,
gun.
and he'll save it. Yeah. This is big given how... Oh, yeah, Bunnyman. You forced up in this one?
Oh, I didn't even pick up on that force, but Malolo's also a little bit low.
Yeah, so they're going to need this gun to be able to drop it over. Deluxe, even just saving the armor will be big, because he'll have more money to drop something or buy more util.
They might be interested in possibly doing a second save here, actually. Be interesting to see what they
Maybe.
do, because if they buy, it's still going to be weird. And
Yeah, it
Brontos actually
depends.
did go down to the bomb that round, so...
Yeah, but Pollock's got a $10,000, so they're not too worried about it. Pollock
Yeah,
gonna...
but
Yeah, keep on the AK. 5 AKs, I like it. I like the impact Pollock has had with the rifle. I think he struggles with it sometimes, but it might just be mental, you know? He feels like he just needs to play passive like an opper, but you know, you gotta be a little loose. You gotta be a little ready. 2 players up close with Eagles. You were right on another partial buy. But even with the partial, they make it work. Rabbit Falls Manifest has gotten the B Stairs player. That's a push from Hakub that goes awry. And that'll force a rotate over. It's going to force a decision here from the Barbarians. Where do they want to go?
that
A
nade.
meaty nade, but it's dodged by Malolo. He does well to get out of there, and now he's creeping forward for a fight, but the instant headshot isn't there, and so the rifle spray will find him. Deluxe a good instant headshot onto Manifest. B site is closed, my friend, as now they've got to decide where to bring this bomb, and they're bringing it back to B, and they're just going to walk it up in. It's the correct decision given the only B player is Deluxe, who backed all the way up into CT to hold mid. They were gambling A, and I don't think this gamble will pay off.
Yeah, but I mean, they still are going to have enough money to buy this next round. So, but this 3v3 here, it's looking very interesting as they're starting to execute the utility onto the site. Scamble stack.
They might still
On
go
the
for
wrong
the
side.
retake. I think they should save the AK. That would make a lot of
Yeah.
sense, but
A pick like that, though,
have man
changes
advantage.
things.
Ooh, and a molly like that. Gonna burn Nolan
Nolan's
the
done.
planner, and he can't even escape. Burn down, it's Brontos in a 1-on-3. He's got to make up for his issues he had in that first map, and he's gotten a first. Bunnyman swinging up close. He wants to wait, so he has a teammate there to trade, and Brontos can't get it. Double peek is perfect, and pretty Penne. They win that one out. They catch Pollock off on his own island there, and then Nolan sticks it in the flames and goes down. All of those picks going their way, and 13-9 right as the Barbarians seem to be looking back into it. They have the hope torn away. Still enough money to buy, but that's got to sting.
Yeah, that's a round that they're definitely going to be looking at in hindsight there, because 3v2 advantage for Pretty Penny. I would have really liked to see Nolan not stick the bomb. If he got off of it, he probably would have been down to like 40 or 30 damage. But leaving your guy in a 1v3 is really tough. Albeit in a situation like that, it's a really close gamble. Unfortunately, it didn't pan out for the Barbarians there. But they're going to be going into here with another buy. But now we're seeing a tech pause come in.
That
Wha-
really, what the Pretty Penne did there was what, in that round in the other half, the Barbarians needed to do. The Barbarians let Malolo get the bomb down in the last round of the previous half, and then get those kills, where, meanwhile, the Pretty Penne, they kept aggressing, they kept getting forwards. They got the molly on site because they saved the util. It was great.
Yeah. And I actually want to point out Nolan here. He was doing crazy in the first half, but it doesn't look like he's been doing much. I want to say he was somewhere around like 11-7 or something, or 11-6. So he's definitely cooled off and fallen down to the mean. Whereas
Yeah.
Rabbit's playing his normal stuff. Brontos is having a solid game.
It's tough. It's tough to carry over consistency onto the T side, and I'm gonna be honest, the Pretty Penne also had a couple mistakes that let the Barbarians and specifically Nolan farmed some kills that now they've cleaned it up. Now they realize this is serious. Got
This
their
is
game face
serious.
on. They know it. I just want to point out, just, you know, lighten the mood a little bit. It looks like the game was even more dominant than we remember as the Pretty Penne won it 26-1.
Yeah, that was.
A little bit of a HUD
Oh.
error,
We're going back into the game now, though.
but I love it. All right, back into the game. Bunnyman, deep smoke on ramp. They're going to be going up. They're going to be getting in the face of their opponents. A good smoke, a good close molly. We'll see if there's a response. Yeah, the close smoke from the T is going to put that out and allow them to creep forward as they are here in a mostly A-centered default.
Yeah, it's an A-centered default here. Utilities getting burnt a little bit.
Flash
Good flash.
misses.
Oh.
Somehow Deluxe still gets one, though. He would have been set up for an insane multi if Bunnyman had the lineup. Gotta learn it. You gotta get your nades down. It's a little bit unfortunate. That being said, it's not a horrible spot for the Penne. This, though, this makes it rough. The B player going down means now they have to rotate off A. They have to spread their numbers thin. Or choose a gamble stack, which I don't think they want to do. They're still in the lead. They don't need to risk it all yet. Malolo coming in to cover mid. Pollock just waiting patiently as the bomb comes towards A. They're going to get this exec, and they're going to find a mostly open site besides the close smoke, a good one-way. That should delay them. They should respect the smoke. I say should, though, because Bunnyman isn't even playing it. There's the left side smoke coming in. Molly for jump up. Flashes flying, and they are coming right up into sight, up over top. Bunnyman gets one, but Rabbit finds the offer. A good flash, actually, forces Rabbit to tuck and hide. And now Bunnyman's gotten another. Bunny onto Rabbit violence. Extrovert gets his. Nolan forced to plant it, getting surrounded, and can't get anything. Beautiful from Bunnyman. That 3K there, making up for the flash that he missed. And,
Yeah, Bunnyman's been insane. Extra as well. I mean, though Extra's been a great player throughout the whole season, but Bunny really coming alive in the playoffs, being a consistent anchor for their team. Pretty Penne able to clutch that one out after being in a very scary situation. And now it's 14 on the board. Barbarians have a lot of ground to make up if they want to make this a series. Losing the first game 16-4. Their utility's looking a little bit better this map, but the T-side's still doing rough.
yeah, a rough one, and this will be a rough fight if Manifest decides to take it. The Opper holding him, and he holds his nerve. Pollock, he's crept up in mid. They've got one person up A towards side hall. This is at least something. Nolan with that map control can call Brontos forwards. They can clear this out. That's something. A rough flash. Rabbit gets one. Rabbit gets a second. Mid. Cleared out. And so Bunnyman has to rotate over. They've figured this one out. They've made it really uncomfortable for the Penne. That being said, oh, Malolo. If he decides to push forward, he will find
aggression.
these two players coming in. Oh, Manifest has just got the timing. He's just gotten under him. Malolo still gets the one, but Manifest trades, and now it's a race into the site. Instead, he's backing up. They want to throw their exec smokes. And this might cost him. No flashbang, dry peek into Bunnyman, and that gives up the advantage. Now Rabbit, that headshot was necessary, and he lands it. Beautiful stuff. Leaves Deluxe in the 1-on-2. Rabbit tagged up by the Molly. Shots flying both ways, and he peeks wide into Nolan, who will take him. Barbarians, they hold on to hope of winning it in regulation. The Penne aren't to 15 yet, and this game is not over. Double digits for both sides.
Yeah, it's definitely not over. Deluxe bringing it so close, bringing them both to under 20 HP. Barbarians had got a lot of those great picks there. Even after losing that one to Malolo, it was just a great trade opportunity. But that delay for the utility and going without flashes almost cost them. But it's a round one, whether it's an inch or a mile.
Yeah. And these Deagles, they're not going to get anything. They're just going to back up, play it a little bit safe. Bunnyman, I mean, we've seen his deagles before. Maybe he wants something? No. Okay, how about Malolo? Each player just gets to step up to the plate one by one, individually, take these fights, and whew, Malolo ducks out of there. All right. This is where the Barbarians can't choke. They can't lose this round, right?
Don't put that out there.
I'm saying this because like they have to win this. If they don't win this, they don't deserve to win the game. That makes sense. You know, you lose the round, you lose
yeah.
the game. But like
No, I get what you're saying.
They have to close it. This is where they prove their stuff. This is like that meme of Fallen going, you know, if we have to prove right here that we're the best. Except they're actually
Bunny
making it work.
with
Bunny
the
Man's gotten
deagle.
one deag, but we've come to expect that. Perhaps a second will come through. Brontos, though, spots him out. Good shot in the head. Deluxe gets one through the smoke. Or actually, just over top of it. So him and Malolo are going to give this one a look. And immediately back out.
And that's
I
going to
like
be
this
saved.
decision, given Malolo's low money. We just see
Yeah.
him back away. This can allow them next round to have a buy-in, given that Bunnyman, Extrovert, Haku all should have enough to at least get something.
Yeah, that's going to be a huge gun for them going into this next round. Just really starting to, I mean, the rounds have been juggling back and forth though. So their economy is not going to be good for Pretty Penny if they lose, if they keep losing like this. They're not on any sort of max loss bonus. Bunny's money's good, Extra's good, but this honestly could be a little half buy going into this round.
They might partial, but Bunny's gotten the op and given
Yeah.
it to Malolo. That's a confidence call there.
Yeah, I mean,
gonna
he's been
grab
hitting
that
his
big
shots, so
sniper. And he can provide impact to get the opening. They haven't really had a lot of openings. That's one thing that they've been lacking on, being able to just have an advantage so that you can sit back. They've been sitting a bit passive, but with less players, and it's forced them to awkwardly rotate around. Was that a run boost attempt there from Nolan? Interesting decision, but he shakes his head. No, we're not going for it. They're going to play it safe, and it makes sense. At 11-14, trying to mount this comeback, you've got to be safe.
yeah. And Nolan actually took 37 fall damage from that.
Oh, yeah, he dropped down to the first story, actually. That makes sense. He aborted the run boost, strafed around, but at least his movement kept him alive.
They want to mount the comeback, not mount their friends, and unfortunately the damage is done there.
Dang. I'd mount the homies. All right, 3B.
Hashtag mount the homies.
3B and 2A. This is an interesting decision given the fact that they're so spread out, but they seem to be lining up an exec. Now Malolo's gotten Rabbit, and that prompts them forward. That prompts them to go for this hit. Flash is flying. They're running in, and Haku is up close to catch Manifest from the side and runs around behind him. Dink onto Brontos even, and he'll be finished off. Pollitt can get one, but with this op, really not much else he can do. Coming in, pushing in, he'll see the side of Malolo, and Malolo will take him down. 15 on the board for Pretty Penne. They finally get guns out, and they've got series point.
Yeah, it's series point right now. 15-11. It's the grand finals. You get dumpstered on the first map, and you just gotta muster it. I personally would have taken a timeout, just find some kind of will to just push your teammates, be there for your teammates. I know Manifest is kind of the chemistry guy on their team. I hope he's really talking to them right now.
All right. Few nades rain in. Extrovert? Oh, Pollock has a good kill there. Solid one to grab, holding ladder. The Penne want to sort of close in like they did at the end of last map. And they want to try to finish this one with style, with aggression, but instead, the Luxon's reload will cost him, and a Rabbit will get another. There it is. That's the rifling duo of Brontos and Rabbit. Able to get something in there. Malolo gonna
They should
back
save.
off. They definitely should save. You don't want to let the Barbarians just ruin your economy and let this comeback happen. Instead, have as many gun rounds as you can to try to stifle it.
Yeah, they're going to want a couple gun rounds here. Deluxe is going to be able to buy for himself, but between Hakub, Extra, and Bunny, it's going to be a
able
little bit
drop one
weird.
over. The Bunny.
Yeah, he'll
Extrovert
drop it.
will
Yeah.
not have the best money, but it's something. Even then, though, still this will be tough. They're gonna have to make a tough decision here. Do you save, try to get everything out, but then if you lose the op, you will want to be able to buy it. If you lose next round, I'd
Yeah,
personally say just
I'd
go
say
for it here.
Oh, this is where there's a lot going on here because they lose
Tough
this round.
decisions. I would take a timeout if I were them.
Yeah, this is.
They're figuring out the buy. They still haven't
I
figured it
think
all out here in
They're
spawn.
going
There it
for
is.
it.
They got it. They got the call. They've got guns. Just a scout on extrovert, but everybody else.
That's not as bad as I thought it
armor.
was gonna be.
Oh, and Malolo's peeked forward. He's gotten the kill. Immediately with the op, the flash is too late, and Nolan, he goes down. Really having a tough one in this half. Extrovert peeking around. Might have spotted one, but not going to get an opportunity for a shot. And now, the Barbarians, how are you going to do this on the back foot? Leaving Pollock up close. He's going to lurk this wood wall. And Akub creeping forward. He's aware of it, and he's spotted the head. Pollock is gone. That's a second. They only have 3 more kills to finish this series off and become the Challenger champions. However, not if Manifest has anything to say about it. He's gotten one, though there's a player close a ramp, so they realize where this attack is going. The attack is going towards B, and Hakub is going big. A second kill on the board, and it's just Manifest and Rabbit. They have to close this one out. They have to get these entries. They cannot afford anything else. Second map up against match point. The exit comes in, the first flash flies, and Manifest spots the first. It's a good spray. Malolo's actually pushed through the smoke. He's holding this one. A good flash from his team, but he swings wide with the pistol. Manifest has a second. Now they can get this bomb down, and now in the 2-on-2, it becomes possible, especially because Extrovert Scout has been removed. Bunnyman, 1-on-2 clutch and spotted out. The Barbarians have to play this safe. They have to play this together, and they've backed all the way up. Flash in his face, and Bunnyman now even has a choice. Should he go for this? Creeping forward, he wants to at least give it a look, and both of these players are waiting, and straight into Manifest's open arms. He says, "Come here, buddy," grabs the kill, and the Barbarians, they've got that 13th just barely. They tear it away from Pretty Penne, and this is going to hurt the mental game. Penne essentially need to save here, and even then, with only 2 loss bonus, they're going to struggle to get an op out in the future.
Yeah, that round was just absolutely disappointing, not only as an Upsetty Spaghetti fan, but as a Counter-Strike fan. You're on match point. You don't need to be going for picks like that. They don't have the bomb down. It's a 4v2 advantage. That's a guaranteed win right there. And they just threw it.
And in this one, it's a guaranteed B site and bomb plant. Pollock calls out that everybody's rushing through mid. Now he's going to call his teammates over and say, "Hey, AKs, we got some pistols. Good to help out." And the AKs are happy. Farm some ecos. Rabbit, Pollock, Nolan, everybody chiming in, and the Barbarians with a clean round win. One more to get overtime here. If we do remember, it was actually in the previous game, Barbarians versus Scientists. We saw the first map, I believe, was like 16-4 dominant on Nuke. And then the second map went into overtime. And then the Barbarians won it and won out on the third. So we know that they can bring these games.
I don't need to hear that.
They can bring these games far.
I don't need to hear that, but Pretty Penny doesn't want to hear that either. They're going into this round with no head armor, 3 kits, mixed bag of utility.
Lolo getting the opening pick before was key for them.
And another tactical timeout. We saw one
smart.
go for the Barbarians and another for Pretty Penny right now. Everyone's here. Booty's clenching, making diamonds now.
Oh, this is the moments I love in Counter-Strike. I know as a Counter-Strike fan, you said you were disappointed by the last map, but got to be a little bit hyped for this one. Yeah, some mistakes were made, but obviously sweaty hands here in the game finals. Sweaty gamers looking to take it, and we will see which team will be able. Pretty Penne. The timeout concludes. They all take a deep breath, and these 5 M4s have 1 round to try to close everything, while the Barbarians have 1 round to claw it back and prove that they deserve a shot at map 3.
It's 15-14 here. Everything is going into this last round, and we might see a possible B rush coming in for the
Oh,
Barbarians.
they're just going. Flash is over. Hakoob's going to get partialed by it. And as they come up now, they've actually paused. No one's rotated. Now they're in, and Hakoob is not even spotted out. The entry's not looking, but Brontos has a beautiful trade. Malolo, his flash in should delay them, and Deluxe through the smoke. That is key. Lady Luck on their side, at least as far as that one goes. Malolo swinging wide. He spots Nolan, and he takes him down in the side. Bullock at least has that op one back, but it's only Rabbit left op. Bomb just barely able to get down, but a 1-on-3, the IGL, the highest rated player here for the Barbarians, and he has to clutch it all. First one is a solid spray. He's ready for the second, but his spray isn't good enough. Oh, when he falls, they trip just at the finish line, and Pretty Penne 16-14 are your CSC Season 7 Challenger champions.
It was very hard to not scream in joy because I wanted you to get that audio clip for the clip that we'd be using this in future advertisements. And my goodness, that was such a good game. And I'm so happy as the GM for Pretty Penny.
Oh,
I want to get.
you did a good job not letting your bias show through for too much of this, but you deserve a little bit of a celebration here. Gotta be happy for the boys to pull it through. That was an amazing map too.
Yes. Let's go! Last GM picked and we got it, boys! Let's go! Alrighty, I will tell the guys to hop into the chat.
I personally do want to get either a conversation with Bunnyman or with Malolo. I think one of those two would be great.
We're just gonna pull them all in here one at a time. It was a 2-map series. We have time. We'll start one at a time. Yeah, we'll pull them one at a time. But
I say we start with Malolo, get a couple thoughts, and then get the whole team in for a little bit of a celebration. Commiserations, of course, to you Barbarians fans, to Germs, the GM, to all of them. They put in a great effort there on Vertigo, but just barely not enough. A really, really solid try. And I think they can at least be proud of themselves that they didn't go out with a whimper, they went out with a bang.
Yeah, and I just want to give a real quick shout out to my boy Rask, who is my AGM. That man has done so much for this franchise. He is the heart of this franchise. And
shout out to all the work put in. But speaking of putting in work, Malolo, you have put in a lot to get to this point. And how does it feel to know that all that hard work has paid off?
Wait, what's going on?
Welcome in.
I didn't know I got dragged. I was talking to everyone else.
How's it feel? How's it feel to win it out? All that work you put in with the team.
It feels good. It feels good. Everyone's, come together throughout the season, ups or downs. We found a way to come together and make it work and win,
Mm-hmm.
Have fun first, win after that. Both 1A, 1B. Yeah.
Does it feel as good as I told you it would at the beginning of the season, man?
I mean, it really does, to be honest. I mean, it was a fun series. Especially since, both teams know each other for the most part. It's been a fun season, and being able to finally prove that we're number one after everything feels nice,
Yeah, number one in the regular season standings, number one in the playoffs. When it came down to that first map pick of Overpass, I just want to get your thoughts on this one. Were you expecting it to be that dominant, and were you expecting that map to even come out?
We had different scenarios that were kind of talked about in terms of what maps could be picked. We definitely were, expecting them to either pick Ancient or Overpass. Overpass we expected because we played it a lot, and I think went 1-2 or 1-3 on the season for it. So not necessarily one of our best maps.
Yeah, 1-2.
But it is one of our stronger maps. It just was something that, throughout the season we had to build on with team play and everything, and it came together today.
Did you do any anti-stratting of their specific Overpass, or was it just all focusing on your game to make sure you're ready?
I mean, it was focusing on our game. We did a little bit of, prep work in terms of anti-stratting, but it was more so just watching tendencies, not really watching strats. And then once we kind of knew how their tendencies would be on certain rounds, we kind of played around that and just played our game, and we set the tempo.
All right. When it came to that final round of Vertigo, round 30, whether you got to OT or you pulled it across to win everything, was there anything that you or anyone else in the team chat said to try and get the boys hyped up, to try and get you guys ready and
Uh,
shake off
there
those
was nothing
nerves?
really said, to be honest. It was kind of just like, we know why we're here. We're here to prove something. We're here to win it, and like, let's just go get it. It was there was no real like nerves. You know what I mean? It
Mhm.
was more so like, we know what we expect of ourselves, and what we want. We expect to win, and that's what we're gonna go do. We'll worry about everything else after, and that's what we did.
Well, awesome. I think we should drag the rest of the team in, get a couple words
Yeah,
from
man.
everybody, get a little bit of a cheers, a celebration,
You better
and
surprise drag them too.
congratulations.
I was
Uh,
over here screaming, and I was about to say some stuff not stream friendly.
All right, we're getting everybody in. I do actually have a question for one of y'all in here, Bunny Man specifically. That Desert Eagle.
Oh
Just
my
feeling it in so many of those rounds.
Bro.
Did you put extra practice into it? Were you just feeling it on the day? Was there something special about it? New skin? What's the secret?
Nothing special about it. I was feeling it, and once I hit that, I knew we were gonna win the game. So
He's crappy.
That was so gross.
Beautiful. We saw
Who
the
needs
one
a
on
bunny when-
Overpass where you just deleted the player jumping dice, and then we saw you just breaking open that A site on Vertigo. It was beautiful.
yeah, that was really great.
Got some highlights in there. It's always exciting. A general question for all of you. Was there when it came to playing CSC, when you first joined, what were your expectations joining, and how did that play out over the season? Was it surprising how far you went? Did you know you'd get here all along? What are your thoughts?
I mean, I guess
I
I'll
mean,
lead because I've been here the longest. For me,
yeah.
CSC was like I joined season 1, so I'm kind of a boomer to the league. But I was really happy with how the team turned out. Everyone was an absolute pleasure to play with. I think that everyone really was good, and we just had to work on our team play throughout the season, and we really
Mhm.
got there towards the end.
Very
Awesome.
true.
Yeah. Oh, go on.
Oh no, I was just saying very true. I mean, there's not like,
Yeah.
we
I mean,
kind
you
of
guys
we saw
really
the
showed
players we
up with the
had.
team play on Overpass, and you pulled it through on Vertigo. When it comes to that firepower and just the confidence that it can bring, I know I personally believe that you all have the most firepower of any challenger team. But if I had to pick a
Oh, you're too
second,
kind.
it would have been the Barbarians. The fact that Brontos and Rabbit can really are a dangerous rifling duo, two of the highest rated players in all of Challenger. What was it like going up against them, and did you guys do anything to try to negate them?
Uh, I
Kill.
can't say. Look, just like you said, we know we're a high fragging team, and we just figured we would just throw them off their game, just like our last game against the Mastiffs. We just played kind of, for lack of a better word, with very little respect.
Mhm.
And that's kind of how we figured we'd match up with their firepower. We knew that Rabbit and Brontos were going to be at the front. That first game we really shut Brontos down for a long time, and we could tell he was getting tilted. Um, so yeah,
Shout
that
out
was
Jake,
it.
man.
Shout out Jake for the 2 dives, bro.
They had him at
Yeah,
a 2-for-1 special at the Walmart.
that would have
You
been
know.
Yeah.
sick, yo.
On sale, man. Hey, in this economy.
That was amazing. Yeah, a little bit of disrespect. I know personally how it feels to play up against that. Obviously, Barbarians
Yeah.
still put in a lot of work. They made it close, especially on map 2, pulled themselves together, but you guys proved you were the stronger team tonight, and you guys are our champions. Is there any last shout outs you guys want to give? Anything you want to say? T-Noodle, anything you want to add in to talk about? I know these are your players, your
I have a
boys, you're very
story.
proud.
I have a story
Ooh,
here,
Gosh.
Come on, shout
and
out to
okay.
T-Noodle.
Oh god.
only Malolo knows about this. He might have said it to the guys, but when we first signed Bunny, when we were just trying to find our solid fifth, we knew that he was the player we wanted for the season. And the first preseason game, the first scrim, he was pretty quiet. I want to say the first game that I actually watched, which Malolo was, he streams all his games.
For the most
I
part.
I was listening to the comms. He wasn't really fragging well, and I Steam messaged Malolo. I said, "Hype this guy up the next time he gets a kill." And this man, the
100%.
very next round, he gets one frag on like an eco. We get dumpstered that round, and he's like, "Let's go, buddy! Let's go, man! Hype it up!" And he really
Ooh.
was bringing it a lot this season. Malolo has been a really good heart for this team, and really just all the guys just came together, and it's really happy
Yeah.
to see.
Good
I want
vibes
to
are
thank somebody on the
important.
minor team, if that's okay. I want to thank Digital. He really helped
Oh,
out
man.
with prepping for
Oh, yeah.
Overpass, which really he put in a lot of time to help us, and I really want to thank him for
Awesome.
that. Put a couple
Mm.
hours in.
It was
really
huge,
mattered.
to be honest. Like he didn't even have to do that. Shout out to Digital. Shout out to
Yeah.
everyone who was, who helped us out and everything. But Digital, big shout out, much love,
Yeah.
man. Shout out to UPS.
Awesome. Much love all around. Shout out the Upsetty Spaghetti and the Pretty Penne, who are your Season 7 champions of the Challenger Division of CSC. My name is Fuffy. I have been joined by T-Noodle, who obviously pretty darn happy that his squad was able to pull that one through, and we were the ones to help get you through this one. Shout out also to Firehawk being the lovely producer and observer to get us through this one. And shout out to all y'all who are watching, who are playing, who are making this league possible. Really, I mean, this would be nothing without everyone. We put on these streams not just because, I like to hear my own voice back, but also because I like to care for this community that's cared for me so much. So thank you guys all so much. I hope you all have a wonderful night, and be sure to see if the B and C streams are still going on, because those games also exciting. Tune into those as well. Support CSC, love each other, and have a wonderful night.
Shout out to